Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we will do short story, lesson number 3, A Horse and Two Goats. Students, please take out your treasure trove books. Students, take out your treasure trove book. Turn to page number 51. Today we will start A Horse and Two Goats. Horse and Two Goats is written by R.K. Narayan. R.K. Narayan was an Indian writer who is best remembered for his stories set in the fictional South Indian town of Malgudi. It is not a real village but a fictional one. You can say a fragment of imagination of R.K. Narayana. Narayan's style is simple, easy, and unpretentious, and his stories explore with humor and compassion the everyday lives of ordinary people, of common man. The following is an edited version of his short story, A Horse and Two Goats. The story which we are going to read today is it is an edited one of a short story written by R.K. Narayana. In this story, Narayana describes what happens when an English-speaking American meets an illiterate South Indian villager who knows only Tamil and has never stepped outside his village. The foreigner with his English is baffled by the incomprehensible and bizarre behavior of Munni, while Munni is equally mystified by the American's strange words and antics. Using the simplest of settings, Narayana has crafted a sensitive yet amusing story rich in situational comedy. A Horse and Two Goats, page number 52. The story opens with a clear picture of the poverty in which the main character Munni lives. Only one big house out of 30 houses in the village is made up of brick. The others, including Munni, are made up of bamboo thatch, straw, mud, and other materials. There is no running water or electricity supply. Munni's wife cooked food over a fire in a mud pot. One day, Munni has shaken down 6 drumsticks from the tree growing in front of his house and asked his wife to prepare them in a sauce for him. She agrees provided he can get the other ingredients like rice, dal, spices, oil, and a potato. Munni has not been so poor since the beginning. Once he owned a flock of 40 sheep and goats, which he used to graze every day. But years of drought, famine, and an epidemic had destroyed all, and he is left with only 2 goats. And because he belongs to a lower caste, he was never allowed to go to school. He and his wife have no children to take care of them in their old age. They run their house from the odd jobs his wife does at the big house. Munni has taken so much credit from every shop that when he asks for the ingredients his wife requires for cooking the drumstick, he is refused. There is nothing in the house to cook, so his wife asks him to fast till evening and graze the goats. Munni goes to his usual place on the outskirts where he would sit on the pedestal of the old horse statue and his goats mentored. The horse statue is made up of clay and is brightly colored. As Munni waits for the evening, he notices a yellow-colored wagon from which a red-faced American wearing khaki gets down and asks him for a nearby gas station. Then he notices the statue and exclaims, "Marvelous." Munni mistakes him as a policeman or a soldier and he wants to run away but finds it difficult due to his old age. The two starts conversing in their own language without understanding each other. The American offers him a cigarette and then gives him his business card, which Munni thinks to be a warrant card. He gives innocent explanation that he knows nothing about the crime the man is investigating. American put forth his desire to buy the horse statue as he thinks Munni is the owner of it. The two talk about their own life. Munni tells him about the statue, what his father and grandfather had told him. The American listens with fascination and appreciates his sound. Munni tells him that he has never been to school and only Brahmins went to school in those days, therefore he doesn't know the Firangi language. He further describes the horse as their guardian. At this, the American replies that he assures that the statue will have the best home in the USA. This way, trying to understand each other's language, they continued their conversation. Ultimately, The American waved a 100 rupee note and handed it over to Munni. Munni thinks it is an offer for the goats. He happily runs back home, leaving his goats, but his wife suspects him of theft and threatens to leave him. On the other hand, the American gets the help to detach the horse from the pedestal and place it in his station wagon and goes away from there. Student, with this we come to an end of the story. Read the story and try to do the workbook. Thank you.